Okay guys, Faceman here. I've looked around, I've looked on YouTube, I've looked there, I looked here, and I can't find any videos on installing a radio in a K5 Blazer, especially in 91. Pop-top Chevy. Come on. Who doesn't have some tunes in their pop-top Chevys? So, I'm gonna make one right here. Spin down here, we're pulling out this Sony. I realize this is an aftermarket radio, but most Blazers I feel like on the road will probably have aftermarket radios in it. So that's what we got here, and I'll show you what you do. Pull out your aftermarket, pull out these bezels. On the Sony you just pop this one out, then you pull out your nifty little prison shank, wiggle that in there, and they slide right out. Okay, I'm filming with one hand here. So this guy has an amp to it. I'm not really shocked. You got RCAs. Pop those out. And there's the end of the cable right there. Sorry about that, I missed it. And then pop out these. Let's push down all that. Bam, it's out. There's your Sony radio. You guys are probably asking why I'm replacing this radio. I made a video about it. You can feel free to watch it. Not the best radio, but this radio will live on. I'm gonna put it in my speedboat. Probably make a video about that, but not a great radio for your Blazer. All right, so let's move on. Hey guys, you see those wires way back there? Those are the factory wires that they run, and they make the length just long enough. It is pretty bad. Like if you worked on an Xbox, like their wires are shorter than that. They are really short. So I had to lengthen this right here, and that is what I did. But this is for the radio that was in there that I put in. I'll explain what some of these other wires are here in a second. But this fuse right here on the memory side of the radio is a good idea to do, because from what I read online and what I've seen from their wiring, I don't see where they fused it on a low. It's like ridiculous. It's fused really high. Like it'd catch on fire, from what I can tell. From what I read on there. So I installed a 15 amp fuse on there to lower it a little bit. Okay, this fuse right here, and this guy, well this fuse, I'm sorry, this wires, there's two here. They run to my CB radio. I have that on with the radio. I haven't had a problem with it giving me feedback or anything. I've had Cobras where they do that, but this Bearcat 888 has been pretty good with that, so no issues there. And then these other wires right here are to my tweeters that I added up here. And factory, it had speakers in the dash, one there and one over there. I added another speaker in the middle, put the left and right positive and negative together, and I added a neutral speaker there. I believe that's what you call it, correct me if I'm wrong. And then I added another tweeter, if this camera will focus, up there. And then I added another speaker in the door right there. And then there's some Sonys back there, but this is in the factory mounting spot that I added those guys. So we did a little modding that I'm not going to show in here because that'd be more in-depth video, and I just want to do a video on how to install a radio right in there. So I'm showing you guys what I got going on here because I know this was hacked. I'm trying to keep it true to what it should be as much as I can without getting a whole bunch of dislikes saying I messed something up. I know this heat shrink tubing right there got a little messed up. That's when I pulled it out, I just yanked on it right here. So I'm going to go over what we'll need to install, what I like to install with. I got some Harbor Freight wire strippers, some flex, some solder, soldering gun, a torch, and I got heat shrink tubing and electrical tape right next to, right in there, you can see it. And that's what I like to install. I think if you're doing this install, if you're used to it, it'll probably take 15 minutes, something like that. And my conversion that I got, or what I think this conversion is one you can get at Advance. It's real generic, it's real cheap. You'll have to glue. I just super glued the metal cage in here for the radio. I have one right here. That just got super glued in there, and that seems to work the best way if you want to do it really cheap. Like real cheap and not waste a bunch of money on it. I think where GM put that radio kind of sucks in the first place. It's not the most user-friendly spot, but that works pretty good. I haven't had any problems with it. I had the Sony in here maybe 3,000 miles, and I used it a lot, wheeling and stuff. I haven't had any issues with the mounting spot. So let's break off and I'll show you the wiring diagram for K5 Blazer. I'll probably link this in the description, the website here, for all of it. But there it is, the wiring diagram, which we're going to go by. And I checked, and most of this wiring, like I said on here, is sketch. So we're not going to totally go by this because my vehicle's a little different. And I'm installing a radio with a dimmer switch in it that goes dimmer when you turn the headlights on. So that'll have to be changed a little bit from how it was. But there you have it. I'll keep you updated in a little bit here. One other thing, guys, too, I wanted to mention is I had this towel I had there. That is for putting under where you solder. If solder beads off here and falls on the ground, it'll burn your rug, and you'll have a little burn mark there. And everyone will think it's a cigarette burn. The cops will pull you over, probably think you're smoking pot, and they'll go to jail. So use a towel. Always throw that down where you're soldering so you don't burn anything. Okay, so we're going to go solder. It's pretty cold out right now, I would say. Probably freezing just above it, so soldering with one hand while holding the camera is probably not going to work too well. But I have a little solder on this wire. I was going to see if I could just melt it. She did a little bit. A lot of you people say I'm not doing it right. Thanks for the view. And it might not work. I might have to put the camera down. Put a little more solder and flex on here. But if you guys want to see more soldering, I can do an in-depth, do as I say, not do as I do video on soldering. But yeah, I'm going to put the camera down and solder it offhand. I'll show you guys. Try to keep you informed as much as I can here. Okay guys, you see that mess of wiring right there? Well, got it all sorted out to the new one. Took some time. Not the prettiest thing, but it's all safe-ish. Okay, so now we're ready to plug in our new radio, which is over there. And it should be good to go. Alright, stay tuned. Okay guys, I got it in here. I'm about to shove it in. Thought I'd do a video. There's all my wires. I'm having trouble doing this with one hand. I'm going to check to make sure my dimmer works. Yep, gets dim. Can't see it that well on camera, but it's all working. It thinks it's in demo mode. I'm going to have to fix that. But so I'll slide it in and I'll show you guys, and it's all done. Okay guys, as you can tell by the sound, it's in there, all installed and all done. Looks pretty good. I'll close this little flap here. I like it better than the Sony. I think it fits a little bit more with my CB that I have and what look I'm going for. But yeah, not too hard to do. Hopefully you guys get out there and fix something. Till my next video, I'll see you guys later.